Hello, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we'll be looking at understanding margin and padding using the clock method. Let's get right into this video. One of the most challenging thing about margin and padding is understanding how to place them, understanding which is left, right, bottom, middle, especially when you have something like this. Especially when you have something like this and you are giving a value like 10 pixels, 20 pixels, 3 pixels, 5 pixels, is knowing which is top, left, middle, bottom, especially for newcomers into the world of web development. So this is exactly what we're going to tackle in this video. Now, the first question is, what are margins? What are margins? Now, margins are used to create space around elements outside of any defined borders. Same for padding is used to create space around an element contents inside of any defined borders. So that's the difference is that margins create space around the element outside, while padding is inside of any defined borders. Now with CSS, you have full control over your margins and your paddings. So there are properties for setting the margins for each side of an element, and the sides of every element is the top, right, bottom, and left. Like the example I gave earlier, say you have a value like this. Let me just put a div. Let me just define it. Okay, div. Let me give it a height of 100 pixels, a width of 100 pixels, and I give it a background color of maybe Rebecca blue, Rebecca purple, something like that. So you have this. So this is a typical box, sizing. Now, to explain how you understand what right, this is your top, this is your right, this is your bottom, and this is your left. Now, understanding it from the margin or padding perspective, I'm going to open up an image, a design I created. So that is where we're going to look it out from. So let me just open. So we have this on our screen. Okay, now, if you look at, now let me reduce this. So now if you look at this, we have this clock. So we have top, we have right, we have bottom, and we have left. Now, if I come here and create margin, and I'll say margin 10 pixels, 3 pixels, 15 pixels, 13 pixels. So this is how, now you have 4 sides to this. Now the question is, which is which? How do you know which is which? Now, how you get to know which is which is that first and foremost, you need to understand that you first and foremost, you go clockwise. You go clockwise and you start your clocking from the top. You start from top. You move to the right. So it goes clockwise from the top, it turns. So you start clockwise, you turn, you come to right, just the way my mouse is going, this is the way you go, and you stop at left. So it starts from top. Top is your first value. So the first value of this margin, 10 pixel, is your top. This is top. So it means that this place is top. The second value is right. So it means this place is right. The next value is bottom, which means is bottom, while the last value is left. So you have this as left. So that is how it goes. So top, right, bottom, left. So remember your clock. The moment you look at your clock, the face of your clock, just look up, which is the north. Just look up, which is the top, and you start from your top. So that's the way you go. Now, what if you have other values like this? So let me just undo. So I've put a value to it now. So if I cancel this and now leave it like this, you have just 3 values. Now, how do you know which is which? Now, this is even more confusing, more than the 4. Now, for this value, you have just 3 values. This property, margin property, you have just 3 values. Now, how do you know which is which? Now, how you get to know is that the first one is top, the last one bottom, and this is both left and right. Both left, let me put plus, both left plus right. That's the last value. I hope you get that. Now, if you now see another value like this, let me undo, where this is not there, where this is not there. So you have just these 3, sorry, these 2, 10 pixels and 15 pixels. So 10 pixel is now top plus bottom, while the other one is left plus right. It means that if this is 10 pixels, it means top is 10 pixels, bottom is 10 pixels. If this is 5 pixels, it means left is 5, right is 5. This same clock method is also used for padding. It's the same way, the same clockwise method for padding. So let's just do an example with div. So then if you now see the value that it is single, like this 10 pixels, it means that all the sides are equal. All the sides are 10 pixels. Top 10, right 10, bottom 10, left 10. They have 10 pixels. So now that I've done margin, let's go back to and increase this back. So let's add 50 pixels to these guys. So you see, that's now created 50, 50, 50, 50. Even though you might not notice any of this, but it pushes, the top pushes it down. This also goes left. So you have 50, 50. If you increase it to 150, you get it. So that's basically the way margin and padding work. So if I come back now, let's do, this is 1. Now let's do for 2. Let's say the first one is 100 pixels. The second one is 50 pixels. So this is what you get. So you have more on the top than the left, because the left and right is 50 pixels, 50 pixels. So if you have like this now, you now have 30 pixels. We know that 30 pixels now is, so 100 pixels means top, 50 pixels means bottom, 30 pixels means both left and right. Then if you now have all these complete, we now know that the first one is 100 pixels, which is the top. The right is 30 pixels. The bottom is 80 pixels, while the left is 50 pixels. If you want to be sure, let's change this to 40 and take this to 80. So just watch this side and see what happens. See, there's a movement, because if we now have more on the left. So that's how you work with margin and padding. I'm sure using this clock that I've shown us has made us to understand how margin and padding works. Once you can remember, it takes practice, but the moment you can remember this method, this clock method, you understand what it is. If you get a good hold of this clock method, I don't think you will ever forget or have issues when it comes to margin and padding. It's easy to pick up, it's easy to understand, right? I hope that helps you, and you're going to, in your next project, you will not be guessing which is which. I hope you get that. So if you are new, please, if you are new to this channel and you find the video beneficial, please subscribe to our channels to help reach more people who will benefit from our videos. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.